Hi everyone. I am 2.5 weeks post-op from having a thyroidectomy, and I just wanted to come on here and talk to you guys about it because I know when I first found out that I had a thyroid nodule, I was very scared and I didn't know what to expect. And the first thing I did was I went on YouTube and I started looking up videos. And so I had a thyroid nodule for, I'm not sure how long. I think it was probably several years. And just about 8 or 9 months ago is when I realized that I had one. And I was looking in the mirror and I saw a bulge in my neck. And I thought, oh, well, it's probably my thyroid is just enlarged and it's not making enough hormones or making too many hormones. So I need to go to my doctor and have it checked. So that's what I did, and the doctor did lab tests on me, and actually my thyroid was functioning normally. And he was kind of like, well, I think maybe I see a bulge there. I'm not really sure. You don't have to have an ultrasound done. Do you want one? And something just told me, do it. So I told him, yes, I wanted to have an ultrasound done. I went and had it done, and it came back showing that I had a very large nodule there. At the time, it was 6 centimeters, I think, by 3 centimeters. And I had to have a biopsy done on it. I did the biopsy. The biopsy was not scary for me, and it wasn't painful. I did feel it. You feel a little stick there. They went in, I think, maybe 6 times and got like 6 different samples from it. But it wasn't bad at all. But the results of that came back saying benign. But when I went to see my endocrinologist, he said that he really wanted me to have the nodule removed for a couple of reasons. Because even though the biopsy came back benign, he said the needle can't get to all spots in the nodule, and it can't get behind the nodule. So there was still a chance that there could be cancer there. So I understood that, and he said also, this is going to become, if you don't have surgery and have it removed, he said that it would become an emergency surgery. Because mine was kind of growing at a fast rate. From December to May, it had grown 25%. And he said, it's going to cut off your airway. You're going to be rushed to the emergency room, and they're going to have to do an emergency surgery on you. And they are not going to take any caution on how they cut you, or anything. They're just going to go in and butcher you just so you can breathe. And he said, it's going to turn into that. So it's better that you go ahead and do an elective surgery on it and have it taken care of. And he also told me, he said, if you don't have the surgery done, just don't even come back to see me, because there's nothing I can do for you. Because my thyroid was functioning normally. It was just that I had this growth on it. And that was the only thing that could be done with surgery for it. So I did get the surgery scheduled, and I have never had a surgery before. I'm somebody that is very scared of surgery, or I was very scared of surgery, but I knew this was something that had to be done. And honestly, I was so miserable that I didn't care anymore. I just wanted to get it over with, because I don't think I realized really how miserable I was at the time. But after I had my surgery, I realized. And I basically was always feeling like someone was choking me constantly. And I know it was pushing on my windpipe, because I was wheezing and I was having a lot of trouble breathing. But I just wanted to tell you guys, for anybody that is, scared to have the surgery done and not sure, and you need the surgery because it's so large. If you have a small nodule, you don't necessarily have to have the surgery from what they told me. But when it gets to be a large nodule, you do need to have it removed. So if you are scared, I just wanted to tell you that the surgery, it is not bad. It is a very easy surgery. It's not a long surgery, and the recovery is not bad at all from the surgery. When you get to the hospital, they give you something that relaxes you, and I'm not sure what it is, but it has you feeling like you really don't care about anything. You just feel good and relaxed, and you go in to the operating room, You know, they put you to sleep and you wake up and it's over. It's done. And when I woke up, I could tell I had the surgery. My throat was a little bit sore. It wasn't as sore as what I had read that it would be, but I think that probably varies for different people. And they wheeled me to my room. And I mean, I was able to sit up in the bed. I was able to talk. I was able to eat right away. I wasn't nauseous, but some people do get nauseous after the anesthesia. But it really wasn't bad. Now, I will say that my husband stayed with me overnight in the hospital. And I had actually thought about, like, if I wasn't feeling too bad and everything, to just let him go home and stay so he didn't have to sleep at the hospital. But actually, I was very glad that he stayed, because as the day went on and the night went on, I got more sore in my neck. And when I needed to get up to use the bathroom, just even though the head of my bed was raised totally, like just getting out of that bed, like lifting my head up like that, it was a struggle. And I had to have my husband come and hold me and like help me get up. So for that reason alone, I was like really glad that he stayed. And he would help me, like get everything, my IV unhooked and all that, and wheel it into the bathroom so I could use the bathroom. And it was, if you can have someone to stay with you overnight, I would definitely recommend you do that. I did have a drain that was put in. Okay, now this is my incision scar right here. I think it's healing up very good. I'm very happy with where he placed it, because I already had a wrinkle right here, and I can tell that it's just going to blend right in once it's fully healed. But down here, right here, they put in a drain right there, and the drain, it really wasn't bad. I mean, I didn't really even know it was there, honestly. They had a bandage covering it up. Now, when they removed it right before I left the hospital. And I'm going to tell you, that was not pleasant at all. And I could take a lot of stuff, but that really, it wasn't pleasant, but it doesn't last very long. And when they remove it, if you just remember, take a deep breath and breathe out as they're pulling it out, it makes it better. But that was probably like one of the worst things as far as the surgery, just having that taken out. But basically, I came home. I stayed overnight. I came home the next day, and I just felt so much better just getting back to my house, being in my own bed. Like, that was just great right there. And for probably 2 or 3 days after the surgery, I felt really good, like so much better than what you would think you would feel after surgery. But I would get up, I work from home, and I would get up and go into my office thinking, oh, I can do some work today. And I would be in there for maybe an hour, and I started feeling it. Like, I would get really tired, and then the back of my head up here, like where my neck and head connects, it would get really sore. And so I would have to go get back in my bed, and I would bring my laptop to my bed, and I would just lay in my bed and work a little bit that way. But it was kind of like that for the first 2 or 3 days. So, but pretty much like after that, I was getting up, working full time. I mean, like the bounce back period was like so fast. It was amazing. And here I am today, 2.5 weeks post-op, and I feel great. I feel so much better since I had the surgery. I don't regret it at all. Like, I didn't realize how bad I felt until after I had the surgery and had this huge nodule removed from me. I can breathe so much better. And they say that when you have a nodule, there's really no side effects from it. Like, you don't really have, like, it's just there, basically, is what they say. But I'm here to tell you that I don't agree with that, because one thing I think is that it was pressing on my windpipe, and I wasn't getting enough air in, and it caused me to tire real easy, I think. And I just was always tired with no energy. Like, my quality of life had really went down. And when I would lay down at night, I had a wheezing. I couldn't breathe. And I mean, now, like, I can do so much more now that I had that taken out of me. Now, my nodule was actually bigger than what they thought it was. Mine was actually 8 centimeters by, I think, 4 centimeters. And the surgeon told me, he was like, man, we had a hard time getting it out. He was like, I wasn't sure at first if we were going to be able to get it out. He said that mine had grown so big that it had got down, like, down by my collarbone. I guess it was kind of like going under it. And he was like, but we were able to do it. We were able to get it out. But it was I was a little worried there. So that's another reason why you shouldn't put it off. And you should just go ahead and get it done. If your doctor tells you that's what they recommend for you to do, you should do it, because the larger it gets, the more difficult the surgery is. But even though mine was like that, like, I don't think my surgery was really that difficult or anything. But yeah, if you have apprehensions about having it done, I just really suggest that you do it. Now, I saw my surgeon the other day, just about 5 days ago, and he said that my incision looks like it's healing nicely. And he wants to see me back in 6 weeks to see if my thyroid, if the other side, because I had only my right side removed, he wants to see if the other side is picking up and taking over. Because what they say is that hopefully the other side will pick up and take over and make enough hormones to replace the other side. And if that happens, you don't have to take any kind of a hormone replacement therapy, but sometimes it doesn't always happen. And then you have to take hormone replacement therapy. So I'm going to have that checked soon. I'm not sure. I haven't had any feelings like it's not working right. I've felt absolutely great since the surgery. So I'm not sure. We'll see what the lab result says on that. Another thing is, when they go in and they do mess with your thyroid, you have parathyroid glands. And if they're not careful, those can get messed up, and those is what controls your calcium. So if after you have the surgery, and if that has been messed with, if they nick it or anything like that, one of the signs is that you can have some tingling in your hands or mouth, and that's a sign of it. So you would need to notify your doctor if that is going on. I haven't had any of that. They told me that, my voice could be messed with. It could be different. And when I first came out of surgery, my voice was really deep. It was raspy, but that kind of subsided pretty fast. My voice is pretty much back. I think it's a little bit deeper than what it was, but I think that it's going to totally get back right eventually. But yeah, other than that, everything has been good. Like I said, if you're having any doubts about having the surgery, you should get it done. You're going to feel so much better. Okay? So maybe I'll update you guys in a few weeks once I find out about my thyroid, and let you know how all that is panning out, as far as if my thyroid is taking over and making enough hormones and everything. But if you have any questions about the surgery, drop a comment below. Let me know, and I'll do my best to answer any questions that you have. Okay, guys? Take care. Bye-bye.